This thing ain't good.
Should be good to go.
Module.
Module, which means to stand. Wapan which means to turn and face the east. We're going to send up the Lord's Prayer, first in the Hebrew and then in the English. Repeat after me. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
Yahweh.
Malakwika.
Taba'ah. Ratazaka. I.S.U.P.K. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Bashamayim. Nathalanawa. Lakam. Ka. Yawam. Wasalakanawa. Kabawatanawa. Kasalakanawa. Kabawatyanawa. Wala'ah. Tabi'aynawa. Barasayawam. Abo. Hawashaynawa. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Waha'ala. Wahatapara. La'aywalamyam. Aman. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Akak the power, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Babakashah, Nathalanawa, Akak, Larpa'ah, Ka Makalah, Wakal Madawa, Akak, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Akak, Lahakwiyam, Hamathiyam, Akak, Awakarwa, Hatama'ala, Lagarshan, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Kawaramah. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power, the power to heal all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Blessings. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shai. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Batazab Ya'ah. Alawak Yahanna. Ha Alawakya. Ha Saranyam. Ha Kwatazayanyam. Ha Kayayolyam. Wa Hakwatiyam. Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Kawaramah. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai. And Michael. And the angel. Commanding General Yahanna. The general. The captain. The officer. The trooper. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Ahahorium. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Izorium. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. I.S.U.P.K. Shemayim. Wa'aratiza. Aliyatan. Lamawat. Ragonka. Alyanawam. Shamarika. Hanala'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayushan. Shawamar. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamarika. Yahweh. Tazalika. Aliyah. Yamyika. Yawamam. Hashemah. La'ayataka. Wayarak. Malayala. Yahweh. Yashamarika. Makal Rai. Yashamar Taza'asta. Salakia. Yashamar Athnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar Taza'asta. Waba Wa'asta. Ma'aita. Wa'ai. I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From which cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yahshua shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out, and thy coming in, from this time forward, and even forevermore. Psalms 83. Alahayim. Al-Damayalaka. Al-Takarash. For Al-Tashakwat. Al-GEN.YAHANNA. I.S.U.P.K. Yahama Yawan. Wamashanayaka. Nasha'adwa. Ra'ash. Al-Aimaka. Ya'ira Yumwa. Sawab. Wayata Ya'ai Al-Tazapawanyaka. Amorwa. Lakadwa. Wanakakuda. Magolia. Wala'ah. Yazikar. Shamyar Sha'ala. Aywa. Kaya. Nawa Aitazawa. La. Yakadwa. Aliyata. Barya. Yakaratwa. Aholia. Alawam. Wayashamai Alayam. Mawa'aba. Wahagorian. Gabal. Wa'aimawan. Wa'aimullah. Palasha. Aimyashabi. Tazawar. Gum Ashawar. Nalawa. Aimam. Hayawa. Zorawar. Labanyalawa. Salah. Aisha Laham. Kamadia. Kasaya Sara'ah. Kayabyan. Banakal. Yashua. Nashamadwa. By Ayan Da'ara. Hayawa. Dama. La'ad Dama. Shayatamwa. Narayatmawa. Kayara. Wakaza'aba. Wakazaba. Wakatazalmanai. Kauna Yashikamwa. Ashar. Amorwa. Na Yarasha. Lanawa. Na'awa. Alahaya. Shayatamwa. Kagaudula. Kakwash. Napanya Ka'ash. Taba'ira Ya'ira. Wakalahaba. Talahat. Haryam. Khan. Thoradakma. Basa'irika. Wabasawapaka. Tabahala. Mala'ah. Panyaham. Palawan. Wayabakwashwa. Shimka. Yahweh. Yabashwa. Wayabahalwa. Ayai. Wayakaparwa. Wayabadwa. Wayada'ira. Kaya. Atha. Shimka. Yahweh. Labadka. Al-Slakia. Al-Yuwan. Al-Kal-Ha'aratiza. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still on your house.
And be not still on your house.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said, Come,
and
let us cut them off from being a nation.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of SHALAM may be no more remembered.
That the name of SHALAM may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarines.
And the Hagarines.
Gabal and Ammon.
Gabal and Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
With
the inhabitants of Tyre.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur is also joined with them.
Ashur also was joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot Salah.
They have hope in the children of Lot Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kasan.
At the brook of Kasan.
Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Arad.
Make their nobles like Arad.
And like Zaed.
Like Zaed.
Yea. All their princes.
All their princes.
As Zabak.
As Zabak.
And as Zamuna.
As Zamuna.
Who said, Let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The houses of God in possession.
The houses of God in possession.
O my power.
O my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
As the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And troubled forever.
And troubled forever.
Yea. Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Art the most high.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
Yajabatai, which means hands down. Sar, which means to turn. You may be seated. All right, Shalom. We're the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under commanding General Yohanna, and we are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. Since 1969, the I.S.U.P.K has been teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that they are the true biblical Israelites of the Bible, okay? And part of that is we come in every Saturday, and we study and show the Lord our diligence, okay? And we're going to come in, we're going to read in the Tanakh, which is the Old Testament, okay? We're going to read it in the Hebrew, and then we're going to translate it into the English, okay? So we're going to be starting that in the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 18 and verse 14, okay? If you want to go ahead and go to that and follow along with us, give me one moment so I can grab it. Okay, 2 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 14. I'm going to have Officer Sharatazak read first, and then we'll break it down in the English, and then I'll go ahead and get it in. So go ahead.
Oh, God. 2 Samuel 18 and 14. In the Hebrew, Waya Amar, Yawa Abba. All right. La'a Khan. A Kawala. Lapanyaka. Waya Pokak. Shalasha. Shabatayam. Ba Kapawa. Ba Kapawa. All right. Waya the Quaim. Balab. Bash Shalom. I Wadanwa. I wa da nawa. I wadanwa. Khaya. Balab. Ha Allah. Waya Sabwa. I Shara. Na I Rayam. Na Sha'aya. Kalaya. Or Kalya. Yawa Abba. Yawa Abba. Waya Kawa. Abba Shalom. Waya Mathawa. Waya the Kwai. Yawa Abba. Ba Shapar. Ba Shapar. Waya Shab. Ha'ain. Maradapa. Maradak. Akarya. Yasha Allah. Kaya. Khashak. Yawa Abba. Ha'ain. Waya Kukawa. Abba Shalom. Waya Shalakawa. Afwa. Baya Ira. All. Ha Pakak. Ha Gadawal. Waya Tazabawa. Alua. Gal. Banayam. Gadawal. Ma'ad. Wakal. Yasha Allah. Nasawa. Ayash. La'a Hawa. Wa Abba Shalom. La Kwa Kha. Waya Tazaba. La Wa. Ba Kayawa. Ma Tazaba. Ashar. Ba'ai Makwa. Amalak. Kaya. Amar. Ayan. Laya. Ban. Ba'ai Bawar. Haza Kayar. Shamaya. Waya Qura'a. La Matazaba. Al. Shamwa. Waya Qura'a. Laha. Yad. Abba Shalom. Aid. Ayawam. Hazaha. Wa'a Kayama. Aitaza. Ban. Taza the walk. Amar. Ara. Wait. Ara. What taza. Ara. What taza. Na'a. Wa'a Bashar. Amalak. Kaya. Shapatwa. Yaha. Ya. Haza. That's what. That's a what. Ya. Hawaha. Mayad. Aya. Bayawa.
Is that Yahweh? Yahweh, huh?
That's Yahweh. That's Yahweh.
Yeah.
I gotta take these shades off. Mayad. Aya. Bayawa. Waya Amar. Lawa. Yawa Abba. La'a. Ayash. Ba Sharaf. Atha. Ayawam. Azaha. Ba Sharatha. Bayawam. Akar. Waha Yawam. Azaha. La'a. the Bashar, Kaya, Al, Bun, Hamalak, Matha, Amath.
Where you at?
I'm on the beginning of 21.
That's it. You need. I like that.
2 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 14 in the English. Then said Joab, I may not tarry thus with thee. And he took 3 darts in his hand and thrust them through the heart of Absalom, while he was yet alive in the midst of the oak. And 10 young men that bare Joab's armor compassed about and smote Absalom and slew him. And Joab blew the trumpet, and the people returned from pursuing after Israel. For Joab held back the people, and they took Absalom and cast him into a great pit in the wood, and laid a very great heap of stones upon him. And all Israel fled, every one to his tent. Now Absalom in his lifetime had taken and reared up for himself a pillar, which is in the king's dale. For he said, I have no son to keep my name in remembrance. And he called the pillar after his own name. And it is called unto this day Absalom's place.
His brother built up, how do you say, built a memorial to himself before he even died.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Then said I the son of Zadok, let me now run and bear the king tidings, how the Lord hath avenged him of his enemies.
That's when I first read that, he took out Absalom. I was like, Most High Christ, you know what I mean? Coming up against the king. Go ahead.
And Joab said unto him, thou shalt not bear tidings this day, but thou shalt bear tidings another day. But this day thou shalt bear no tidings, because the king's son is dead. Verse 21.
Okay, no, that's it. That's it. All right, so I'm going to read from 21 through 27. Okay. 2 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 21. Waya Amar, Yawa Abba, Lakat, Washia, Lakah, Hagad, Lama Lakah, Ashar, Ra, Ayataya, Waya Shatakawa, Washaya, Kawash, Wash.
Yeah, like true.
Right, come.
Kawasha.
Right, come. Kawashia. Laya Wa'ab, Waya Rataza, Waya Sapat, Waya Sap, Iwan, Akaya Ma'ai Taza, Ban, Taza, Taza, Dawakwa, Waya Amar, La'a, Yawa, all. Yawa Ab, Waya Haya, Maha, Ara Taza, Arataza,
No. That's not the herb one, but I think it's still pronounced.
Arataza, Na'a, Gum, Anaya, Anya, A, Karya, Ha, Kawashya. What? That must be somebody's name. What that is, right? Kawash.
That's Cushite.
Okay.
Kushai. That's his brother's name, man? Kushai. Kawash. Oh, I guess it's not Kawash, it's Kawashia.
Right. Ha, Kawashya. Waya Amar, Yawa Abba, Waya Ab, Lamaha, Zaha, Atta, Rataza, Banya, Wala Ka, Ayan, Ba Shawai Ra, Mataza Ath, Waya Haya, Maha, Arawataza, Waya Amar, Lawa, Rawataza, Waya Rataza, Kaya Ma'aitaza, Daraka, the rock, Haka Kara, Waya I Bar, Hakawashya, Wada, no, Wada, Yawa Shab, Bayan, Shanya, Ha, Sha'iriyam, Waya Laka, Hataza Paha, All, Gaga, Hayashire, Hasha, all, Ha, Kawama, Waya, Sha'a, I, Yanawa, Waya Ra'a, Hana, Ayash, Rataza, Badawa, Waya Quara, Labadwa, Waya Quara, Ha Tazapa, Waya Gad, Lama Lak, Waya Amar, Hamalak, Ama, Labadwa, Salakia. Ba Shawarya, Salakia. Ba Shawarha, Ba Panywa, Ba Pani, Salakia. Ba Panywa, Waya Laka, Hala Wak, Qarab, Waya Ra, Slacky, Waya Ra'a, Ha Taza Paha, Ayash, Akar, Rataza, Yawakwara, Ha Tazapa, Al, Hasha'ira, Waya Amar, Hanaha, Ayash, Anna, Hana, Salaki, Hana, Ayash, Rataza, Labadawa, Labadwa, Waya Amar, Hamalak, Gum, Zaha, Mabashra,
I would think it's Mount Bashar.
Mabashar, Karaka. Waya Amar, Ha Tazapa, Anaya, Ra'ah,
Anya. That's like a number.
Anya,
Yeah, I think something like that.
Karaka.
I think the number or 11. I think it's good.
Okay. Anya, Ra'ah, Mara Watazatha, Hara Ashwan, Ka Morataza, Ka Ma Ratazatha, Kaya Ma'aitaza, Ban Taza Dawakwa, Waya Amar, Hamalak, Ayash, Shawab,
Oh, I see you.
Zaha.
That was Tawab.
Okay. That's Tawab, Zaha, were all, but Shawarha, Tawabha, Yaba Wa'a.
That's it. That's the end of 27.
27.
All right, the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 18, picking up of, 22?
21.
21, Salakia. In the English. Then said Joab to the Cushite, go tell the king what thou hast seen. And Cushite bowed himself unto Joab and ran. Then said Ahimaaz, the son of Zadok, yet again to Joab, but whosoever, let me, I pray thee, also run after Cushite. And Joab said, wherefore wilt thou run, my son, seeing that thou hast no tidings ready? But howsoever, said he, let me run. And he said unto him, run. Then Ahimaaz ran by the way of the plain and overran Cushite.
That's what I was gonna say. This cat want to run. Like he wants to run. He's an athlete. You know what I mean? Like he want to take this good news to the king, and you know what I mean? Like get him a blessing. Okay.
I'll smoke that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
He's a runner. He's a track star.
Yeah.
Don't let no Hamite. I'll smoke. You know what I mean?
Let me run.
Let me run. And David sat between the two gates, and the watchman went up to the roof over the gate unto the wall, and lifted up his eyes, and looked, and behold, a man running alone. And the watchman cried, and told the king. And the king said, if he be alone, there is tidings in his mouth. And he came apace, and drew near.
Like he was alone. He left the other cat.
Smoked him. Smoked that Cushite. And the watchman saw another man running. And the watchman called unto the porter and said, behold, another man running alone. And the king said, he also bringeth tidings. And the watchman said, me thinketh The running of the foremost is like the running of Ahimaaz, the son of Zadok. And the king said, he is a good man.
He recognized that cat.
And cometh with good tidings. That's it.
He's the son of Mr. Boat. That's what he's saying, Boat.
So, sir. So, yeah, these brothers want to bring the king, the good words, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Most High Christ. Go ahead and do the next set.
That shows you Ahimaaz is an Israelite.
Yeah.
And Cush is a Hamite. From Cush, Ham's oldest son.
Cushai?
Yeah, that's a Hamite. So that boy outsmoked that Hamite. That's what we better do. You know what I'm saying? Can't let no heathen beat us, man. We're gonna pick up on 28.
Yeah.
Come. 2 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 28 in the Hebrew. Wayakura Akaya Ma'itaza, Waya Amar, All, Amalak, Shalom, Waya Shafako, Waya Shafakawa, Lamalak, La'a Payawa, Arataza, Waya Amar, Barawak, Yahweh, Allah Hayaka, Ashar, Sagar, or Sagarah, Ha, Anash Yawam. No, Salakia. Ha, Anash Yam. Ashar, Nasha Awa, Yadam. Ba'ad Naya, Hamalak. Verse 29. Waya Amar, Hamalak, Shalom, La Na'ira, La Abash Lam, La Abash Lawam. Waya Amar, Akaya Ma'aitaza, Ra Ayathaya, Ra Ayathya, Ha Hamawan, Hagad, Ha Gadawal, La Shalak, Ibad, Hamalak, Yawa'aba, Wa'ah, Abadka, Wala'ah, Yada Ayya, Maha, Waya Amar, Hamalak, Sabbath, or Saba, Ha, Thaya Tazabat, Yatazabat, Kaha, Waya Sab, Waya Amad, Wa Hana, Ha Kawashya, Ba'a, Waya Amar, Ha Kawashya, Ya the Bashar, Adnaya, Hamalak, Adonai, Hamalak, Kaya, Shapatka, Yahweh, Hayawam, Mayad, Kal, Ha Kwamayum, Al-Yuka, Waya Amar, Hamalat, all.
I think that word would be ha kwam yum.
Ha Kwamyum. Kind of kind.
Sounds like rising plural or something like that. I don't know.
Ha Kwamyum. Verse 32. Waya Amar, Hamalat, all. Ha Kawashia, Ha Shalom, Lana Ira, or Lana Ar, no, Lana Ira, La Abash Shalom, Waya Amar, Ha Kawashia, Ya Hayawa, Kana Ira, Ayabaya, Adonai, Amalak, Wakal, Ashar, Kwamawa, or Kwamwa, no, Kwamawa, Alyaka, La I, Waya Ragaz, Amalak, Waya Al-Ya, Hasha Ira, Waya Bak, Waka, Amar, Ba Lakathwa, Banya, Abashalam, Banya, Abashalam, Maya, Yathan, Mawathya, Anaya, Anya.
What verse you went out to like?
I'm on chapter, what is it, 20? No, 19.
Yeah, I know
The first verse.
Oh,
Like right in the middle.
sounds too long.
Anya. The Kath Yaka. Verse 2. No, Salakia. Abashalam. Banya. Verse 2. Why you God? Liar. Wait. That's it.
Verse 2.
We started at
Started at 28. You should go to
3 through 2. Verse 2.
right through 2. Yeah.
3 through 2.
Yeah.
2 Samuel, chapter 19 and verse 2. Why you God? La Yawa'aba, Ana, Amalak, Baka, Waya the Abal, Al, Abashalam. That's it. The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 18 and verse 27.
28.
Salakia. And verse 28 in the English. And Ahimaaz called and said unto the king, all is well. And he fell down to the earth upon his face before the king, and said, blessed be the Most High, thy power, which hath delivered up the men that lifted up their hand against my lord the king. And the king said, is the young man Absalom safe? And Ahimaaz answered, when Joab sent the king's servant and me, thy servant, I saw a great tumult, but I knew not what it was. And the king said unto him, turn aside and stand here. And he turned aside and stood still. And behold, Cushai came. And Cushai said, tidings, my lord the king, for the Lord hath avenged thee this day of all them that rose up against thee. And the king said unto Cushai, Is the young man Absalom safe? And Cushai answered, The enemies of my lord the king, and all that rise against thee to do thee hurt, be as that young man is. And the king was much moved, and went up to the chamber over the gate, and wept. And as he went, thus he said, O my son Absalom, my son Absalom, would God I had died for thee, O Absalom, my son, my son. Chapter 19. And it was told Joab, Behold, the king weepeth and mourneth for Absalom. And the victory that day was turned into mourning unto all the people. For the people heard say that day how the king was grieved for his son.
Right. I mean, like any brother would be, grieved for the loss of, his child. I think that first brother knew. He just didn't want to. He's like, I don't know. King might kill me for telling him this, So, but that's part of the warfare. You come up against the Most High. Right. You gotta expect something. So, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start at verse 3. 2 Samuel chapter 19 and verse 3. Okay.
And so, are you sure that Cushai is a heathen?
Well, I was gonna look. That's what I was gonna say. I can't say it. I looked it up here. Bible dictionary. When you said that, I tried to kind of read back, and I don't remember saying specifically that he was from the tribe of Cush. I mean, that's just a name. You know what I mean?
Hold on, I got it right here. I read it in the Bible dictionary. It says, the Bible, Zondervan Bible Dictionary, page 120, says Cushai, a member of the Cushite people, the man sent by Joab to inform David that Absalom's rebellion was quelled.
Okay.
I wonder why he was running with the army, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I guess servant. You know what I mean?
Slave.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Like he was like a servant or something.
Yeah.
I remember how Saul had that.
Just like we serve their army, shit. They gonna serve us.
Listen, it's like the Olympics, like the marathons. What is it? The Kenyans. The Kenyans is bad at running long distances, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't need to breathe out. You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas got like land deals or something. They can just go on for days.
Mm-hmm.
Cushai would probably be perfect for that job.
That was probably his job, yeah, just to run.
Run.
I also have it here too in the Lexington. It's H3569, Cushai, one of the descendants of Cush, the grandson of Noah through Ham, and a member of the nation of, or people.
All right. 2 Samuel chapter 19 and verse 3. Waya the God, it's like Waya the Gana, Waya the Ganab, Ha'ain.
You on verse 3, sir?
Yep. Chapter 19, verse 3.
Okay.
Waya the Gan, it's like Waya the Ganab.
I don't think that's
You're not in the right place.
Check the, you might, chapter 19, verse 3.
Chapter 19, verse 3.
Oh, the first word is different from what you're saying.
It should be Waftahaya. Waftahaya, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Waftahaya. I might have to use the book because my app does not say that. Pull out my spectacles. Watahaya. Okay. Okay. Ha Tashai Ha Tashaya. Ha Tashaya. Ha Tashai Iha. Bayawam. Ha Hawa'a. La Abla. La Abla.
Sounds like Spanish.
You see that, sir?
Yeah. I wouldn't put I and Ba together. I would just put it as separate.
Okay. La Bala.
Or a ball. Something like that. That out though. I wouldn't say that.
La Ball.
Yeah. It's hard to put out.
La Call. Ha'ain. Kaya. Shemai. Ha Tazama. Ha Tazama.
That's an I.
That's an I? Oh, Ha'ain. Kaya Wong. Kaya Wong. I got him. That's what I need this damn app is much bigger. I don't know how this app messing me up like that. Okay. But Wong. Hawa'a. La Amar. La.
I got a ball. Did I go back up again? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you went down.
La Amar. Na. It's like it. Na I Tazah. Ha Malak. Aya. Bunwa. Yawa Thun Naba. Ha'ain. Wayatan Naba.
It's not a God. Am I saying it? White thug God. That's not a God.
That's a God.
No, I got
That's two gods.
I see one God.
So, yeah, it's one God.
Why? God the God number. Something. Oh yeah. Daganam. Why you got God number?
Why you Daganam?
I didn't see that God. You didn't see that God.
God, I see it.
Come. Waya Taga Bana. Naba. Ha'ain. Kayawam. Bayawam. Hawa'a. La Bawa. Labwa. Lab Wa'a. Hataza Yara. Ha'ayra. Ba Ashar. Ka Ashar. Yatta Ganaba. Ha'ain. Ha, Ga, Ka, Hana, Kal, Mayam, Ba, Nawam, Ba Nawam, Ma, Ba, Malak, Ba, Nawam, Ma.
It can't be two ending mas together.
Okay, that's okay. Ba, no, Ba, no, Ba, no, was some. Bama, Lakam, Balakam, Bala, Ba, Salakia, Ba, Malakam, Ma. Wa Hamalak la 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 ata Panyawa Waya the Aikwa Hamalak Kwawal Gada Wal Banya Bashalam Abashalam Banya
The word is Abba Shalom.
Abashalam.
I'm going
Oh, God.
I'm about to say, what?
I'm listening.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm in learning mode. Anything you say, they come.
Even Shalom, you gotta take that today.
Wasn't paying attention. Yeah. All right, where am I at?
Verse 6.
Verse 6. You sure it wasn't verse 5?
Yeah, you finished it.
Oh. La.
Verse 6.
Okay. Wa. Waya. Ba'a. Yawa. All. Hamalak. Ha. Bayak. Waya Amar. Ha. Bashak. Hayawam. Panya. Call. Ibadayak.
Is it by Abba yet?
Right down the middle of 5. I mean 6.
In the middle of 6.
Ibadayak.
Sounds like Abba.
Ibadiyaka. It's right next to call. Ibadiyaka. Come on, God. Hum, malatayam. Napashka. Hayawam. Wa'a. Napash. Banyaka. Bun Tayak.
It's pronounced correctly. It's pronounced wa banath.
Banyaka.
Banath.
Yaka. Napash. Napash. Na Shayak. Napash. Pala Gashyak. Palagashyaka. La ahab. La ahab. Shun yaka. Shanayaka.
Yeah, but you missing the I with that shit. Shana. You don't got an I. Yeah, you got that. Shana I.
Yaka. Wala Shanya. Shana ahab yaka. Kaya. Hagadat. Hagata. Hagadata. Hayawan. Kaya. Ayan. Laka. Sharayam. Wa I Badayam. Kaya.
Okay, that's Sharyam,
Sharyam.
which would be like princess, I think. And then you have Wa-I-Ba-Yaka.
Wa-I-Badyam.
I-Ba-Yam, right? It's plural. What is I-Ba? I forgot.
Servant.
I-Ba-Yam. So servants. The princes and the servants is what that would probably be. Sharyam would be princess, plural.
Come. Please.
You're right above the line on 8. Right above the line above 8. Oh, now you on the phone, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the ending of 7.
Kaya. La'a. It's not wrong, man. Hayawam.
This should be Lakar, Sharyam, Wa'abadium, Kaya.
Okay. Wa-I-Badyam. Kaya. Yada Aitahya. Hayawam. Kaya. La'a. Shalom.
It can't be Bosh, right? Because it's Shalom. The rest of his name is like Salem. Like, what's his name? Absalom. Right? So it's like Salem, like Jerusalem, Shalom.
Right.
It's Shalom at the end.
Right.
So it would be Abba Shalom.
Shalom. Word. Kaya. Wakal Nawa. Hayawam. Matayam. Matayam. Kaya. Azza. Yashar. Ba'ai Yanayak. Wa'aitaha. Kwawam. Wa'aita. Kwawam. Taza'a. Wada bar. Aisle. La. Badyaka. Kaya. Baya wa. Oh, Slakia. Ba Yahweh. Nashab Aitaya. Na Shabai. Na Shabaitiya. Kaya. Aya Naka. Yawa Taza'a. Ama. Yala Young. Ayash. The cup. Come. Atka. Ha la. Wa ra'aya. Wa ra'aya. Laka. Za'at. McCall. Hara'aya.
You know the brother, the officer. Ra'ai. Yeah, Ra'ai, y'all, that's Ra'ai.
Hara'aya. Ashar. Ba. Aha. I la yaka. Al yaka. Mana na rayak. Aita. Verse 8. Wayakwam. Hamalak.
No, you're on verse 9.
Oh, verse 9. What am I going to? Verse 9? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ayawam. Himalak. Waya Shah. Bashaira. What's that? Bashaira. Wa Lakal. Ha'ain. Ha Gayadawa. La Amar. Hanaha. Ha Malak. Yawa Sa. Huh? Bashaira. Waya Ba'a. Call. Ha'ain. Lapanya. Hamalak. Waya Sha'ala. Nama. Ayash. Alahaya. No. Hala Yawa.
That's it.
Man, that was rough.
Second Samuel 19, chapter 19 and verse 3. And the people gat them by stealth that day into the city, as people being ashamed still away when they flee in battle. But the king covered his face, and the king cried with a loud voice, "Oh, my son, Absalom, my son. And Joab came into the house to the king and said, Thou hast shamed this day the faces of all thy servants, which this day have saved thy life, and the lives of thy sons, and of thy daughters, and the lives of thy wives, and the lives of thy concubines, and that thou lovest thine enemies, and hatest thy friends. For thou hast declared this day that thou regardest neither princes nor servants. For this day I perceive that if Absalom had lived, and all we had died this day, then it had pleased thee well."
So that's like, what is that like? when Christ said, "Who is my brother? Who is my brother?" You know what I mean? Like if you coming against the Most High, I don't care who you is. You know what I'm saying? You could be, you know, your mama, your daddy, your auntie, your brother. You know what I mean? Like you have to hate them just like you know, just like the Lord hated them. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Now therefore arise, go forth, and speak comfortably unto thy servants. For I swear by the Lord, if thou go not forth, there will not tarry one with thee this night, and that will be worse unto thee than all the evil that befall thee from thy youth until now. Then the king arose and sat in the gate, and they told unto all the people, saying, Behold, the king doth sit in the gate. And all the people came before the king, for Israel had fled every man to his tent. Verse 9. And all the people were at strife throughout all the tribes of Israel, saying, The king saved us out of the hand of our enemies, and he delivered us out of the hand of the Philistines. And now he is fled out of the land for Absalom.
Of Absalom.
For Absalom.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Fled out of the land for Absalom.
That's it.
Yeah, because he had to leave, you know, the land they were in and end up over here in a new place, you know, so all the people wouldn't die because, you know, his son raised up an army to try to take him out.
Yeah, right.
So, all right, go ahead and read. We're starting at verse 10. Chapter 19, verse 10. Okay.
16.
All right.
2 Samuel, chapter 19 and verse 10 in the Hebrew. GEN.YAHANNA called Ha'ain. Na the one, Bakal, Shabbatya, Yasha'ala, La Amar, Hamalak, Ha Taza Yonawa, Makak, A Yabayanawa, Wa Ayab Yanawa, Ayab Yanawa, Wa Hawa'a, Malatnawa, Makak, Palashathium, Wa'aitha, Barak, Mana, or is that Man? No, Mana, Ha-Arataza, Ma'al, Abash Shalom, Wa Abash Shalom, Ashar, Ma Mashak Noah, Al Yanawa, Matha, Ba Malakma, Wa'aitha, Lama, Atham, Makar, Ma Karashyam, Laha Shayab, Ah, Hamalak, Wa Hamalak, Dawada, Shalak, all. Tells us the walk were all. Abi Yathar, Ha Kanayam, La Amar, the borrower, all, Zaquanya, Ya Harada, La Amar, Lama, The Hayawa, A Karanayam, La Shayab, Ah Hamalak, all, Yahweh, Wadabar, call, Yasha'Allah, Ba'ah, all, Hamalak, all, Yahweh, Akaya, a thumb, Aitazamaya, Wabasharya, a thumb, Walama, the Hayawa, Akar Nayam, Akar Nayam, La Hashayab, Ah Amalak, Wa La Mash, no, Wa La Masha'a, the Marwa, Ha Lawa'a, Tazamaya, Wa Basharya, Atha Kaha, Ya Aisha, La Ya, Alahayim, Waka, Ya Wayasa, La Shar, Tazaba'a, Tha Hayaha, Lapanya, Call, Ha Yamayam, Thaka, Yawa'aba, Wayat, Ah, Labah, Lababa, Call, Ayash,
It's
Lababa,
La Baba. So
La-
it's La Ba.
La Baba,
Is it La Ba?
Lob is a word.
La, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know about that
I
extra
don't
B.
know if got the lob on the end. I don't know if that would be. I don't know.
La
Ba
Baba,
and N.
I'm not sure.
Lob on the end. Like, you know, lob in the beginning is in.
Right.
If it's on the end, I don't know if it's something in. Like lob, I don't think that. I was just separated. Lob, I see lob. It would probably be, I don't know what it means. It would probably be lob.
La Baba, La Baba,
Like the four, what is it? Four in, I don't know what that is. I just separate. I couldn't tell you.
Call, Ayash, Ya Hawada, Yahawada, Ka Ayash, Akkad, Wa Yash Shalakwa, All, Amalak, Shawaba, Atha, Wakal, Ibadyaka, Wayashab, Amalak, Wayaba'a, Aida, Ha Yaradan, Wa Yahawad, Salakia, Wa Yahawada, Ba'a, Hagalgala, Lalaka, La Kora'a, Amalak, La Ha Ibayar, Amalak, Ha Yaradan.
16, right?
Come. 2 Samuel chapter 19 and verse 10 in the English. And Absalom, whom we anointed over us, is dead in battle. Now therefore, why speak ye not a word of bringing the king back? And King David sent to Zadok and to Abiathar, the priest, saying, speak unto the elders of Judah, saying, why are ye the last to bring the king back to his house? Seeing the speech of all Israel is come to the king, even to his house. Ye are my brethren, ye are my bones and my flesh. Wherefore then are ye the last to bring back the king?
Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. That's family.
That's family.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And say ye to Amasa, art thou not of my bone and of my flesh? God do so to me, and more also, if thou be not captain of the host before me continually in the room of Joab. And he bowed the heart of all the men of Judah, even as the heart of one man, so that they sent this word unto the king, return thou and all thy servants. So the king returned and came to Jordan, and Judah came to Gilgal to go to meet the king, to conduct the king over Jordan. And Shimei, the son of Gerah, a Benjamite, which was of Bahurim, hasted and came down with the men of Judah to meet the king.
Right. So I like the part where it said, when he bowed the heart of all the men of Judah, even as one man.
Right.
So they were all the same. One man felt just like all the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we call brotherhood in the, in the school. So go ahead.
What fake Israelites don't have.
Right. All right. So yeah, they about to put, give King David back his spot. You know what I'm saying? He about to be over the nation again. Okay. So
Question.
we're picking up verse 17. 17. Okay. 2 Samuel chapter 19 and verse 17. Waya Mahar Shamaya Ban Gara'ah Ban Haya Mayanya Ashar Maba Ma Bakal Rayam Waya Rock Ain Ayash Ya Hawada Laquar Atha Hamalak Dawada Wa Allah Ayash Aimawa Ma Bana Yaman. Okay, that's Banyaman. Ma Banyaman. Wa Kaza Yab A Naira Bayak Sha'awal Wa Kamash Wa Kamash Tha Ishar Bun Yawan Bun Yawa Wa I Yum. I Bada Yum. It's like it. I Bada Yawa. It's like it. I Bad Yawa. Watch that. Atwa. Wa Taza Lakadwa. Hayara Dan. Lapanya. Hamalak. Wa I Barah. Wa I Barah. Ha I Barah. La I Bayara. Ah. Bayak. Hamalak. Wala Aisha Wa. Hatab. Hatawab. But you know what? Wa Sham Aya. Bun. Gara'a. Nepal. Lapanya. Hamalak. But Barak. What? It's like it. But Barawat.
That's like bar.
It's like it. Ba Barawa. Watch. Ba Yaradakna. It's like it. Ba Yara Dan. Waya Amar. All. Hamalak. All. Yakat. Ya Kasha. Laya. Adanya. Adanaya. I won. Were all. The Zakar. Ashar. Ha'aiwa. Badak. Ibad Ka. Ibadka. Bayawam. Ashar. Yataza'a. Aban. Idania. It's like Adania. Adanaya. Hamalak. Ma Yara Washalam. La Shawam. Hamalak. All. Labawa. Kaya. Yadai. Ibadka. Kaya. Anaya. Anya.
Now the general, y'all know General Shalimar. You know what his whole name is?
La Asa.
It's Anya Shalimar.
Anya Shalimar.
Yeah, this word right here. Anya.
Anya.
What does that mean?
The number, man. I did. I'm trying to put that. A lot of these words, I just remember the word. I cannot remember what it means though.
Okay.
No.
Sounds familiar.
Okay. Slovakia. Kata Ataya, Wa Hana, Ba Atya, Ha Yawan, Yara Shawan, Lakal, Bayat, Waya Sak, Lara Dak, Lakor Ak, Adanaya, Hamalak, Waya Ain, Abba Yasha, Slacker, Abba Yashaya, Ban, Taza Rawaya, Slacker, Taza Rawaya, Waya Amar, Ha Taka, Za'at, La'at, Yawa Mat, Shama'ai, Kaya, Kwal La, A, Ma Shayak, Yahweh, Waya Amar, Dawada, Maha, Laya, Walakam, Bunya, Taza, Raya, Slack, Taza, Waya, Kaya, Ta, Hayawa, Laya, Ha, Yawam, La, Shatan, Slack, Ya, Sha, Tana.
I believe that's Satan. I'm not sure. Shaitan. La Shaitan is how you say it. Is that Satan? It might be Satan.
I don't see it.
La Shaitan or Fire is Satan. But I think it's Shaitan. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. La Shatan. Hayawam. Yawa Mak. Ayash. Ba Yasha'ala. Kaya. Halawa. Sorry. Ha Lawa. Ha Lawa. Halawa. Slack. Ha Lawa. Separate. Yada Ya. Kaya. Hayawam. Anaya. Anya, Malak, Ayah, Yasha'ala.
That's it. Yeah, Shaitan is Satan, but
I didn't see it next to it over there.
Yeah, that word.
Select.
You got it.
It says adversaries.
Yeah, there you go. Satan, man.
That is the basic form of Satan, your adversary.
What's that correct? 23. I don't see that word in 23.
No, I didn't see it either.
Oh, I thought that's what he was saying. It was in 23. You was just saying that's what Satan means.
Come on, that's what Satan
Like,
means.
it's in 22.
It's in 22.
But
Yeah, we read it. In 22.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's in 22. But the word is in 23 over here.
Okay, yeah, I see. Life, Shaitan, okay. One, let me see. Okay, and the day was at 23. 23. And this day can't go to this.
It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, 'cause I can't tell on this one where 22 ends in the English either.
Exactly. That's the word is actually in 23, but in the Bible it's in 22. Adversary.
Yeah, that's why I got jammed up earlier. Like I'm one verse behind.
Yeah.
From the app.
Well, you can see in 23 where it says, that's what I'm trying to find. That's what I'm trying to reference it by, is where it says I.S.U.P.K, the day time for forsaking for adversaries. I.S.U.P.K, the day Yahweh I.S.H.A.LAM. So let me see. In Israel, there it is. Shall be there, man, put to death. It's right. That ye should be this day be adversaries unto me, shall there be any man be put to death this day in Israel. I think that's it right there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, where it says, and David said, what have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah? Let's see if I can find that.
Okay, yeah, it's good.
That's it. The Hebrew word is actually in verse 23.
That's what he should this day be adversaries unto you. Yeah, I think that's it. That's what I think.
2 Samuel, chapter 19 and verse 17 in English. And there were 1,000 men of Benjamin with him, and Ziba, the servant of the house of Saul, and his 15 sons, and his 20 servants with him. And they went over Jordan before the king. And there went over a ferry boat to carry over the king's household, and to do what he thought good. And Shimei, the son of Gera, fell down before the king as he was come over Jordan, and said unto the king, let not my lord impute iniquity unto me, neither do thou remember that which thy servant did perversely the day that my lord the king went out of Jerusalem, that the king should take it to his heart. For thy servant doth know that I have sinned. Therefore, behold, I am come the first this day of all the house of Joseph to go down to meet my lord the king.
So he was Ephraimite, right? Who came from the house of Joseph. Good.
Verse 21. But Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, answered and said, shall not Shimei be put to death for this, because he cursed the Lord's anointed? And David said, what have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah, that ye should this day be adversaries unto me? Shall there any man be put to death this day in Israel? For do not I know that I am this day king over Israel? Therefore the king said unto Shimei, thou shalt not die. And the king sware unto him. That's it.
And he gave that brother mercy. Shit, you know. So like I said about that, he gave, you know, this brotherhood, this, you know,
Right.
Shit. Because shit, he should die. I mean, he was fighting against the damn king. Now, you know, now his side lost, he's gonna come and try to. He gave him mercy. He gave him what he was looking for. All right. But the part that, you know, caught my attention was like when he said, you know, 1,000 men of Benjamin came Like in my mind, I'm like, we've just always been warriors. You know what I'm saying? Like these brothers get together, come out and war, you know what I mean? And you know, and protect and serve, you know, our nation. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, you know what I mean, like go out and recruit them and all that junk like, you know, Esau does, you know what I mean? We was ready to fight and defend for our people, you know what I'm saying?
And we already knew what team we was on.
Right. You know what I mean? We knew who our enemy was.
And to be real honest, in most cases, you know what I'm saying? Now, of course, not everybody is a warrior, but Esau ain't got to recruit his people.
Right.
When you see drafts and stuff, it's really, they get other people that live in their land. Like, their people are all patriotic. They gonna join up anyway.
You're right.
I serve my country.
You're
No,
right.
you understand me?
You're right.
I'm gone.
You actually, you are so
They gotta come get us.
You are so
They trying to get niggas.
You are so right, sir.
Go to jail, Muhammad Ali.
Right. Oh man, you are so right. You are right because the Esau is out there ready to fight. Right. They walking up and down right now, wanting to go to war. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we want to get high.
Right. I mean, it's just nationalism. Like if you had a country, a land of your own, right? You understand? Like it's only natural. Then you have to fight.
Right.
You have to. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you have to be trained to do.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Absolutely right. Wow. Wow. So, all right, let's go ahead and run through this last set.
All right.
And then we'll go ahead and get everybody up out of here.
Come. Book of 2 Samuel, chapter 19, and starting at verse 24 in the Hebrew. All right. Waya Amar, Hamalak, all, Shemaiah, La'ah, Thamawah, Waya Shabai, Lawah, Hamalak, Wama, Pabashat, Ban, Sha'awal, Yarada, La Korba'ah, Hamalak, Wala'ah, Aisha, Salakia, Aisha, Ra, Galyawa, Wala'ah, Aisha, Pamawa, Wa'ah, Bandaiwa, La'ah, Ka Basa, or Kabas, Laman.
That's a mod.
That's a mod.
What? Remember, might be a shot. Don't look square enough. Yeah.
That's Kabasa, or you want Kabas.
I don't know what that is.
Kabasa. Laman, Hayuam, Lakah, Hamalak, Aida, Hayuam, Ashar, Ba'ah, Shalom. Waya Haya, Kaya, Ba'ah, Ya, Ra, Wa Shalom, La Kora'ah, Hamalak, Waya Amar, Lawa, Hamalak, Lama, La'ah, Alakat, Maya, Ma, Paya Bashat, Waya Amar, Adonai, Hamalak, Ibadia, Ramanya, Kaya, Amar, Abadka, Chabash, Kabasha, Laya, Ha, Kamawar, Wa Arakab. Al-Yah. 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 I-L-Yah. Wa-A-Laka. Ah, Hamalak, Kaya, Pasak, I.S.U.P.K, Rayagal, why Yaragal, but Badak, all, Adonai, Hamalak, wa I Hamalak, Ka, Mala'aka, Ha, Alahayim, wa I.S.H.A, Ha Tawa, ba I Yana Yaka, Kaya, La'a, Ayaha, Call, Haya, what? Call, Baya, Abaya, Kaya, Anashya, Mawaf, La, Adonai, Amalak, Wa, Thashat, Ah, I.S.U.P.K, Ba, Akalya, Sha, La, Khanaka, Shalak, Naka, Wama, Yasha, Laya, Iwada, Taza the Kwa, Taza the Kwa, Wala za Aikwa, Iwada, Iwad, All, Amalak, Waya Amar, Lawa, Amalak, Lama, Thud the Bar, Iwad, the Baryaka, Marathya, Thud, Wa Tazayaba, The Khalaqawa, Ha Shada, That's it, right? Going on to 30. Yeah, I read the 30.
Okay.
2 Samuel chapter 19 and verse 24 in the English. And Mephibosheth, the son of Saul, came down to meet the king, and had neither dressed his feet, nor trimmed his beard, nor washed his clothes from the day. Just woke
Sound
up.
like one of them niggas with dreads or something. Rock or something, man.
It's like he just crawled out of a rock.
Right.
He's the king's son, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, time to do
Hey, he would make Pops look bad.
He washed his beard. You ever seen one of them cats, one of them nasty cats getting high all day and got crumbs and all that shit?
And they like that, they like all the ash on their beard and their hair. They believe it make it grow faster or something.
Oh, man. Just dirty, man. No lotion, no nothing.
They put the ash in it.
That's what they do.
They think it make it grow faster.
Oh, they put ash. I thought you were talking about like ashy.
Oh no, the ash of the
Stuff they smoke,
Yeah.
put it in their hair and
from
stuff.
the weed.
You gotta be kidding me.
I've seen that before.
They like that.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's the whole thing. They lose
I had a boy that used to do
dreads.
that. Yeah, he had dreadlocks and he loved that.
Dirty mother.
Yeah, it's filthy.
God.
Go ahead.
nor trim his beard, nor wash his clothes, from the day the king departed until the day he came again in peace. And it came to pass, when he was come to Jerusalem to meet the king, that the king said unto him, Wherefore wentest not thou with me, Mephibosheth? And he answered, My lord, O king, my servant deceived me. For thy servant said, I was saddled me an ass, that I may ride thereon, and go to the king, because thy servant is lame. And he hath slandered thy servant unto my lord the king. But my lord the king is as an angel of God. Do therefore what is good in thine eyes, for all of my father's house were but dead men before my lord the king. Yet didst thou set thy servant among them that did eat at thine own table. What right therefore have I yet to cry any more unto the king? And the king said unto him, Why speakest thou any more of thy matters? I have said, Thou and Ziba divide the land. And Mephibosheth said unto the king, Yea, let him take all, for as much as my lord the king is come again in peace unto his own house.
So that was his son, right?
Mm-hmm.
That he was talking with.
God said, and Mephibosheth, the son of Saul, came to the king.
Okay.
That's the son of Saul.
Oh, okay. Okay. So he was just, I guess he was just coming to serve the king, you know. No, we'll have to find out next week what that was all about.
Yeah, they got so much sons, and you see all these names pop up, and they just all the sons of Saul and sons of David. Like so many, they got so many sons. Yeah, like a soap opera.
We'll have to make a note there and see what's going on with that next week. These brothers just, you know, once the king get everything established, they show back up. You know what I mean? Like, hey, here I am. Where you been? Kid's like, where you been?
Right.
Oh, I was over here. This guy deceived me and said, I couldn't come to war because, he lied. I didn't get the horse and the saddle and all that. So
This one just woke up out of bed with, then brush his teeth and comb his hair.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and end the Sabbath service with that. Okay. Come on.
All right.
Yep.
Gotta hit this road, man. They'll know we're gonna be there.
Come, sir. We're about to head out of here, get ourselves together, get everything packed up, and we're gonna be at Cocoa Beach.
That's right.
I'm not, you know that address, sir?
Nah.
Okay. Anyway, we about to be at Cocoa Beach. You know what I mean? Like we about to get this a prerequisites of letting them the men of the Lord know we about to take over Cocoa Beach. The Passover gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So it's going down. We about to go out there and bust it wide open, break ground. Okay. We about to take ground. Okay. So with that, go ahead and officially end it.
Come.
Majim, which means to stand. Panya Hakwadam. Panya Hakwadam, which means to turn and face the east. Okay, we're going to set up the Lord's Prayer, first in the English, and then first in the Hebrew, and then in the English. Okay, repeat after me. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Ayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwata, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Ba'aratiza, Kawak, Ayah, Bashamayim, Nathalana, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalaklanam, Kabawatlanam, Kasalak now.
Kasalak now.
Kabawat Yanaw.
Kabawat Yanaw.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
W.I. now.
W.I. now.
Banasayawan.
Banasayawan.
Abo.
Abo.
Hawashai now.
Hawashai now.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rod. Kanya.
Kanya.
Lakab.
Lakab.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Waha'al. Waha'atapara.
Waha'atapara.
Wa'ayulamya. Aman.
Aman.
Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth. As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm just going to do the Lord's Prayer. Yep. Yep. Yajimata. Sorry, which means to turn.
All right. Men of Israel. We're going to give a courteous salute to the teacher in the class. Men of Israel. Amadu Shabbat. Amadu. Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh. Sisters may stand. Men of Israel. We're going to salute the sisters in the class. Amadu Shabbat. Amadu. Barak.
Yahweh Shabbat. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh. Class dismissed.
Take ground, Cocoa Beach.
Cocoa Beach, Brevard County, surrounding areas, Melbourne, Palm Bay, Tutsonville, Cocoa. You know, out there.
Man, tell me this, man. Tell me this ain't motherfucking Hebrew, man. Why you boy gonna hit me up? Talk about Salaki out of one. The plane left me.
Yep.
Nigga, the plane didn't leave you, nigga.
You just missed it.
You missed the plane. How the plane left you? Hey, here.
Man, we sat up all night planning this shit. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna come get you. Just be ready. Nigga, you gotta be there an hour ahead of time. This nigga get there like 30 minutes. Talking about the plane left.
Exactly, man. They always say it
like a motherfucker, dog.
That's like, remember you used to catch a school bus and like the bus would be leaving, they see you
Yeah,
coming, you just
like, yeah. Now that's left.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't stop.
Right.
You know, they can do me after a rules, man. You know, I leave you, right? You fucking missed the plane.
I had to pull up this morning. I said, can I
He said that shit. I couldn't help but literally laugh out loud. They got like, that nigga's stupid, bro.
Plane left it.
Man, the plane left me. Oh, y'all ain't even start the thing yet. Shit. Man, y'all gotta stop the stream, man. I'm out here talking shit.